I think YouTube started in 2006. The channel that I have now, I started in August of 2008. And so it was a hobby for me. I'm a very boring individual. I don't desire to do a lot of things. I don't do a lot of things. The internet, it's just amazing to me. I guess that's why we're probably all sitting here, is because of it in some form or fashion. And so the only thing that I had of value, because I like the commerce part of it, the internet, being able to, someone you've never met before and you can sell something to them. And so the only thing I had of value was my experience and knowledge of putting wholesale deals together. And so I just started, not to disparage anyone how they do things. Most time, as far as when I was trying to learn real estate, is that we all know who Carlton Sheets here. I'm assuming he's not here. And you would see the no money down infomercials, hey, Carlton made me make $15,000, this number, whatever, but how did you make the money, right? Which I know that's probably why you had to buy the course or whatever. But so when I started putting out content, I wasn't worried about whether I could make money off of it or not. Again, it was a hobby. I just wanted to put out value, which, that's why the following is built to what it has built. I really don't think it's all that, but it's I know why it is what it is because I try to tell people exactly what I do. Not saying that's the right way to do it or the only way to do it. I try to tell them what I do and have experienced in most cases. Now, the YouTube part of it, just to get into, if I was starting out trying to build a channel or to add on to an existing channel, it just boils down to content, right? And being consistent with that content, but also providing value is probably more important. And when I say value, you can always throw in tidbits about what you offer or whatever, but 98% of it needs to, every time you go or you produce a video or you go live, it needs to really be adding value to your audience. Now, a lot of people, now I'm a little techie, so a lot of things I think about, I just assume other people know, but the one thing that YouTube does and I will do for you, and what I was asking the young lady when I was coming over here that works with me, I asked, she's only 20, so I said, did you all have encyclopedias when you were in school? She said, I'm not that young, so I was like, well, YouTube is basically what an encyclopedia was for us years ago. Most of y'all seem to be, around my age or whatever. And so, I was trying to wonder, did they exist anymore? So when people want to learn something, one of the first things they do, they're going to go to either Google and or YouTube, which Google owns YouTube. So it's important when someone goes there to search, if they put in real estate investing, which is a broad search, then whenever you're actually setting up your channel, and if it's based on coaching around real estate, no matter what niche you're in, whether it's flipping or lease options or wholesaling or whatever it is, then you need to make sure that, number one, your title of your video, number one, tells what it's about. But you're going to always have keywords in your titles. But there are tons of tools out there that tell you exactly what people are looking for on YouTube. Okay, and so you'll include that in the title, you'll include that in the description, you'll also include it in the tags of your particular video. Now, if that's all foreign for you, everything I'm saying, you can go to YouTube and search, and there are going to be tons of videos that go in more in depth on any small detail about it. And you want to look for the most recent videos because it's, YouTube is always changing on how they will allow traffic to come your way to your channel, to your videos. But so with all that being said, with all the technical stuff, at the end of the day, it still boils down to how many videos you're putting out, right? Ideally, what you'll want to do is put out, which I don't even do this, but ideally, I know what to do. A lot of times I don't do it. I know what to do, and that's probably my whole life. But you'd probably need to do at least 3 to 5 videos a week. Ideally, you don't have to, but ideally, your audience need to be accustomed to when your videos are coming out. If it's we'll just say Monday, well, the best day is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but we'll just say you were putting out a video Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They probably need to be at the same time for each one of those videos, so your audience can get accustomed to that. Now, whenever if you're just on YouTube scrolling or whatever, they call that the browse feature, and your thumbnails are very important. It took me a long time to figure that out. And over the last, not quite a year, and I have at that time I had over 300 videos, probably approaching 400 now on my channel. Someone suggested to me, because I follow a lot of guys that are experts on YouTube. I'm just whatever, but an expert, and they said you need to change your thumbnails. So I went through a transition of changing all 300 on. I was doing the thumbnails myself before, and I thought I was doing a good job, and they said, no, this is horrible. So I paid a guy. You can go onto Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com, and he basically charges me about $3 to $4 per thumbnail, and it looks professional. I think they do. And so we went through a transition of just changing all of those thumbnails. Now, I knew in the process of doing that, I was going to lose traffic, because at the same time that I was changing those thumbnails, I was updating titles, descriptions, and so the way YouTube is sort of set up, even though it's like you almost have to tear the house down the way my channel was set up, and then I lost traffic, but it'll start to build back up, because number one, my thumbnails will become more noticeable because they stand out, but also because I changed the titles to fit more of what I was actually talking about in that particular video, along with you want to sort of butt your tags up against what your quote unquote competition is doing also. Now, I hope I'm not getting too technical here, but with all that being said, you can forget about the technical stuff. All of you all probably have a ton of information that you can provide on YouTube and add value. But not only YouTube, once you get one video in play, now you can take that video and you can turn it into Instagram clips. It may be a 10-minute YouTube video, but you may be able to turn it into 3 or 4 1-minute to 2-minute, 3-minute Instagram clips. You can use those on Twitter. You can use those on LinkedIn. You can use those on Facebook, and so on. So that one YouTube video that you produce can now be spread out through all your social networks. You could actually take it and it can be used as a podcast. I do a lot of that. A lot of my videos where I have it set up, once I upload a video to YouTube, it automatically goes on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, all those different platforms or whatever. So that just all of that put together, just a big gumbo, helps to grow your YouTube channel, helps grow Instagram, your Facebook page or groups, and so on. Now, you can get into paid advertising also, which I recommend. You could do Facebook ads, you could do, obviously, YouTube ads, you could do Google AdWords, which is a lot more expensive, so I don't really recommend that. And then you could do Instagram ads, which Facebook and Instagram are basically the same thing. So with all that put together, that helps to grow your channel. But at the end of the day, even if you didn't do any of that stuff, it still boils down to providing great content, making sure your tags, description, and titles are related to what you're talking about, and great thumbnails, and it'll just take a life of its own. And it only takes just one video to just go somewhat viral. Being in the real estate niche is sort of not the same. If I was doing a video on how to start an Amazon business, there are a lot more people looking for that opportunity versus a real estate opportunity. But the main thing is just adding value to whatever you're doing, and don't worry about the part of it where you're gonna make money. That'll come. People will just start to ask you, well, how much do you charge for coaching? It just comes. I get text messages all the time from people saying, hey, thank you. And they send me a picture of a check, which I like that. That I've actually helped someone maybe change their financial situation, their family's financial situation forever. And then some of those people transition and say, hey, even though I made this first deal and I see it works, how much do you charge for coaching? so I give them the freight for that, and so a ton of those sign up. Even though they've already figured it out, they really don't need me at the end of the day. But some people just still want that extra, but they just want to have that affiliate where they can pick up the phone and call me the way I have it set up or whatever. So just adding value and just making sure that whenever you're setting up your actual videos, that your title, description, and tags are related to the videos, and then you can take that content again and use it for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. All of those will play and help you build your channel. Yeah.
When you get somebody that reaches out in your YouTube comments and asks you about your coaching, what is your reply? Is it, hey, here's a link, go sign up? Or is it, hey, here's a follow-up call? What is that typical follow-up?
The way I do it, if someone says, well, how much do you charge for coaching and mentoring? I don't put prices out there or links. What I'll do is just say call or text me. Because my phone number is all over most of my videos or whatever. They know how to reach me.
To you directly, or is somebody handling that for you?
That goes directly to me. And most people will say, well, then you have this amount of subscribers on YouTube and this on Instagram. It is not as taxing as you think it is, or whatever. Everybody's experience is different. Like for me, I just have a different mentality from it because I used to work at Bell South, which is now AT&T or whatever, in a call center, and we would take 150, 200 calls a day. And I'm sure what they were paying me versus what they were making off me was probably less than 1%. So I figure when I start, I say if I put my number out there, wow, I can benefit 100% of my efforts. Now sometimes it does get annoying. I'll be lying if I didn't. But I don't always have to answer. But I like to try to at least return people's call or send them a text message or whatever, just depending on if they left a voicemail or whatever, and send them on the video. A lot of times it's just when I get more text messages than anything, and I already have like preset text. I'll type in 5105 and it'll send them a video to answer their question or whatever. So a lot of that's just like automated, I guess you would say in a sense. But to answer your question, when someone posts a comment on my videos or a post or a DM in Instagram or something, I just tell them to call or text me, because that's when I can just go into what I actually offer and how it works and stuff. So. Yeah.
Question.
What up, man?
What's up?
What's that, Ryan?
For being an affiliate.
Yes, sir.
How does that's kind of what my question is around. So how do you do this really well? You take your affiliate partners and you spin it into the YouTube, you spin it into the groups, you spin it into the Facebook. How does that help your affiliate profits? And if you talk a little bit about that.
Well, and sometimes people call me on that kind of stuff, but I always make it clear to them first. I'm an entrepreneur first. Real estate is just one of the ways I've been able to make money. Don't ever get it twisted that I'm not here. I'll help you, but as you're gonna see, I like to eat too. You know what I'm saying? So, but to answer your question, is that when I'm thinking about a video, sometimes the topic is based on promoting direct mail, with Graphic Connections Group, or the Dealulator software it's not Dealulator, the Dealulator brand that I use to promote the PropStream software that I'm an affiliate of or whatever, which I do a lot of that because they send me a significant check every month or whatever. But it's a really good tool also, just like your services are really good or whatever. So when I think about videos, I'm thinking about, number one, how to help them first, but how can I spin my affiliate marketing relationships into the video to still help them, but help me to continue to eat wherever I want to eat at every day.
Can you talk a little bit about, if you don't mind, maybe broad terms, the numbers you're getting from the affiliates?
As far as money?
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, let's make it easy. Is it like 3 numbers, 4 numbers, 5, 6 figures?
That's a better question. It's 5 numbers. Okay, we're trying to get to 6, but it's 5. So.
From each affiliate? Or
No. Total. Yeah, per month. Yeah. So.
Are you going anywhere to learn about YouTube's algorithms and how often they change? Because from other influencers I know, they change quite often to the point where it feels like a full-time research job.
I just follow a lot of the guys that are quote unquote YouTube experts. David Eaves is a guy that I follow a lot.
What's his name?
David Eaves, I think it's spelled Eaves.
And you watch him on YouTube and he talks about their
Oh yeah. He's like partner with YouTube in a sense. He goes to all their conferences. He has direct relationships with YouTube. He's a good guy. And then you will see other people that he'll have on his channel or whatever. You can follow them. So yeah.
Do you buy shout outs or anything like that to get more exposure to your channel?
You know what? I've done that and I did a poor job of it. That's an animal that I really haven't figured out. You're talking about, well, let me just say this. I was talking about it more Instagram than with the shout outs that I've purchased or whatever. And I don't think,
Yeah,
well,
you get them on Instagram to drive them back to your YouTube channel. Right?
yeah, I do a lot of that, but they're different. Instagram is I wish YouTube's communication access to your subscribers was as easy as it is with Instagram. It's great on Instagram to be able to communicate with people just so fast. Versus YouTube, the only real communication, which they have an inbox option there, but I answer all the questions on my videos. Like when people post questions or comments or whatever, I answer everything. Now I may not do it every day. I'll do it every couple of days, but I answer everything or whatever. So I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't mention that. I know it may seem like, well, how can you possibly do that? It's really not as much as you think again or whatever. But I'll sit there just like before I came here. I sit and it was only like maybe. I think I did it yesterday too, though, but it was only like 10 from, yesterday and maybe a day before, I think, or whatever. And I just respond to them. A lot of times it's just me simply, people asking the same questions, and I just know what video I need to send them to, because I can't answer the question per se there. Some of it's just a yes or no, or no, you can use a title company or an attorney, things like that. So, but a lot of times it's just me referring them to one of the videos already on my channel.
How much time do you think you spend per week on your YouTube?
No more than 2 hours.
That's it?
That's it. No more than 2 hours.
Recording and making them and.
Well, I don't do that. That's why I was telling you, I don't do enough videos. I've been trying to find someone to do some editing for me. I do all that stuff myself. Now that's the hard part of it, is me editing the videos. I have it set up in my office /studio and I'll shoot the video. That's easy. You know what I'm saying? To sit there and talk about something I know how to talk about. Tyrone Taylor, basically me saying my name over again. That's how, because you just know or whatever. But then I want to edit it so it can look, I'm not a professional editor about it, but I think I do okay or whatever. That's the time that, it may take me 2 hours to get it like I want. So that's why I don't do it. Now, the weekly show, the live flip, what I title is a flipinar, instead of seminar, webinar, flipinar. I do that every week. We just pull up, and I'm there all day on that particular day because I don't go in the office every day. But on that particular day, I'm there all day. And so we started at 6 p.m. Central, and it's just a live broadcast. So once we're done, I turn off the lights, unplug my laptop, and boom, we're out of there. It's pretty much simple. It only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to set up everything to go live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the same time. And that's a combination of softwares that you put together to be able to do that. So, yes, sir.
What software do you use or platform do you use to simulcast? Do you simulcast
Yeah.
on different platforms simultaneously?
Yeah.
Do you use something like StreamYard?
Well, yeah, what I use, I never heard of that. I'll look that up, though. What I use is Zoom Conference. That's Zoom. I think it's zoom.us or whatever. I use that as the main platform because a young lady from Atlanta is on the show with me normally, and I have a lady that's in the office with me or whatever. I use Zoom first, and then I use this service called Restream. Yeah, Restream is what will allow you to be on YouTube and Facebook at the same time, live. All right, that's the one service. And then,
Spell Restream, like R-E-Stream.
yeah, Resteam. Stream, yeah, Restream. I think it's restream.io, not .com, .io. Restream. And there are videos on YouTube to show you how to set that up also. But, and then with Instagram, it doesn't have that option to do it with Instagram. So I just set up my phone on a small tripod on my desk. And so it's like a different feed. The only issue with that is that I don't have the young lady in Atlanta added to that. So they can only hear her, but they see me. But, people are cool with it. And so we just answer. And all we do is we just answer questions. That's what the content is people come on there in the chat room and YouTube, we answer their questions in chat room, in the chat on Instagram, we answer the same thing on Facebook, and she just goes back and forth between the platform. Yo.
Do you have a way to show their comments on the screen?
There's another software, I think it's called OBS, that would allow that, but it's too complicated for me. I got frustrated with it.
You should look at StreamYard.
StreamYard, okay.
StreamYard sends it to Restream, but with StreamYard, I can show their comments, whether they're Facebook or YouTube
Okay,
or
yeah.
Periscope. I can show their comments on the screen.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out. Thanks.
When you're preparing your shows, are you strategically laying your shows out based on what keyword searches, popularities are? Or are you just looking after the show you've made for those keyword terms to put into your description, tags, keyword, things like that?
Well, I already have them preset. I have a number of keywords that I have under different categories, like it may be wholesaling for newbies, and it's a set of keywords for that, wholesaling real estate 101.
But do you build your shows around those keywords, or are you just using them to enhance the videos you're putting out?
I don't really build my shows around that because the show is just driven by the audience and the questions that they ask. But I add different ones each time or whatever. The only thing about, and I haven't really figured it out, I guess I need to research it, is that seems like, and I started doing this, but it seems like the live stream, my viewership caps out. It normally gets above maybe 2,000. I'm talking about the replay and the live stuff. And so what I've started doing is, it seems like YouTube will put more emphasis on uploaded videos versus live stream videos that go into replay mode or whatever. I've started just to add more content. So when the show is over, I'll just do an intro video. Hey, you missed the questions on this week's show number 118. You can watch the replay and the highlights right now. Boom, and then it goes to my little intro, and then it goes to in the show or whatever. And I just upload that maybe like on Monday or Tuesday. But I just started doing that last few weeks or whatever.
What was the tool that you were using to identify the keyword searches?
I use what is it? TubeBuddy is what I use. TubeBuddy.
TOOL, TubeBuddy?
No, TubeBuddy, like YouTube. TUBE Buddy, BUDDY.
Are you monetizing on YouTube right now?
I get that question a lot. No, and the reason I don't is because even though I probably get, let me see. I only get like just under, right now I think it's just under 100,000 views a month, right? Total with all the videos, and the watch time is just under 1 million. That wouldn't translate into but maybe $1,000, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So that's not worth it for me to have an ad about, hey, you need credit repair, blah, blah, blah. And it takes them to somewhere else versus keeping it on my stuff.
If you monetize, do they promote your video more frequently?
I never thought about that. They may do that or whatever. Man, when I've researched it, I would have to get so many more views to outweigh that 5 figures I was talking about or whatever, and I'm just not there, And maybe, like I said, I may need to look at it and look at that differently, because I may not do all of my videos, but maybe some of them, or what, just to test it out. But I never thought about it like that.
Thanks for being transparent. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
So where do we get one of your shirts at?
Normally, when we put these shirts together, we do make them for sale, but this one here, we haven't done that at this point or whatever. And it's something I just started saying or whatever, offers are free, or whatever. And so the young lady that's on the show with me, she does a little graphics and print. She said, you know what, we need to take that and, do a playoff of Toys R Us. Yeah. And so I said, man, that's brilliant. So, here it is, so.
Is there a type of video that your clientele consume more frequently? Is it like a how-to? Is it a video out in the field? Is it a podcast with another influencer? What is it that they consume more frequently?
Well, they really love the testimonials of either YouTube subscribers that have made money and or students that have made money. They really love those. Now, the most popular videos, it's a video titled Wholesaling Houses Step by Step. I think it's has over 100 and maybe 20,000 views. But the second video that's most popular, if I'm correct, is the 5 mistakes newbies should avoid when wholesaling houses. I think it has just under 100,000 views on it. So.
When you research content and other videos, are you reluctant to do, maybe this is me being self-conscious, but are you reluctant to do maybe another similar video to something that Max Maxwell did or Steve Trang or somebody else that's big on podcasts?
As a matter of fact, I rarely research that way or whatever. I sort of look at the comments and see what they want or whatever, and I'm getting the same questions over. And that's another way to build content for Instagram. You can just see, say I'm reading, I got a question from YouTube and blah, I'm gonna answer it now and just use it as content for Instagram. I don't do enough of that, but it works. But to answer your question, I'm going to do, Max Maxwell did a video on the 7 tools that he uses to run his business. I'll say it. I say, hey, I got this idea for Max. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So here are my tools.
I'm not saying, are you self-conscious of taking somebody else's idea? I'm wondering, when you're creating content, do you feel like you don't want to have 2 videos that are similar because maybe like a YouTube algorithm says, oh, well, these videos are too similar? Are you seeing any of that kind of
Oh, no. It doesn't matter about that. I haven't seen any, I guess, blowback on it as far as YouTube algorithms or anything on that. Yeah, no. I'm greatest copycatter in the world. I'm ranked.
Way to success.
Yeah, so I just put my twist on. I'm not going to bend anything. I'm not that smart or whatever. So,
What do you say to somebody sitting in this room right now that's never done videos, hasn't done YouTube, and may be self-conscious about getting in front of the camera?
You don't have to do it. You can just do podcast. It's just as effective. I follow Gary V a lot, Gary Vaynerchuk a lot, and that's not everyone's lane, But audio, if you know what you're talking about, podcasts are so popular or whatever because we're all about time. And you could be in your car. People can be in your car listening to your mess. They could be working out. They could be sitting at home, cooking or whatever, and they got it going in the background. So it can be just as effective. And if you don't want to be on video, you can just put up an image and just talk or whatever. At the end of the day.
So I have thousands and thousands of hours of video, and you said something about going back and rebranding all the thumbnails. Was there a company or service that you hired to do that?
Yeah, I just found someone on Fiverr.
And went into your YouTube channel and redid all
No. I manually did. I didn't want to give him access to my account. I got hacked once, and someone took control of it, and I thought I was going to die. And so I don't know, that won't ever happen again. Not me giving it away anyway, the information. So just hire somebody you trust or get someone to do that you trust to do it because it's just uploading them and, whatever, it doesn't take long or so.
Yeah, because I've seen your thumbnails and some of the other guys, and I've talked to other YouTubers. Like, I'm good friends with Chris Chico. You know Chris Chico?
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, like, his thumbnails capture my attention every time with his big head just standing
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So we've started redoing them, but I go back in my channel and I've got years of videos that just have boring ass thumbnails on them.
Man, if you change them, it'll take a life of its own.
Yeah.
It'll be worth. How many videos on your channel you think?
I don't know a total videos, but I think we added up, we have something like 5,800 hours of content.
Oh, just hours, not actual videos. Okay, yeah,
'Cause we
okay.
used to do 3 live shows every week
Oh, wow, okay,
for years. We did.
wow.
So,
What about length of shows? Do you find videos that are short, like a 3-minute or 5-minute video, are better than 30-minute videos?
Well, from the experts, ideally videos, and then it also depends on the niche and what you're talking about. But they say between 7 and like 11 minutes is ideal. You know, just people's attention span. And I can just look at my numbers. I normally get people to stick around probably about 13 minutes, no matter how long the video is. You know, that's about the number for me. So.
Todd, thank you.
Guys, Todd's gonna stick around for a minute.